Running the show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning. It is Thursday, July the 3rd.
Oh, July 3rd. You know what that means?
Tell
the
me.
4th of July is less than 24 hours away.
That's correct. This morning we'll go over we got a couple of festivities tonight and then two more tomorrow night that we're aware of. We'll go over the list that we have. If we haven't gotten the one that you're going to be having for your hometown celebration, let us know. We'd love to talk about it and tell everybody where to go.
It's a good time to celebrate.
It is. Good morning, Rick. We see he's up joining us. There's Shirley.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to have a fireworks show at Alligator Alcatraz.
Probably not there. Okay. They're probably going to skip that. That place has got a lot of people upset.
Oh, man, they have. You know, you would think that people would be upset that people are breaking in our country. You'd get really upset if they broke into your house, but you don't mind if they break into your land.
I don't always understand the controversy revolving around all of this.
They're not taught America. They're not taught what to be proud of. They're not taught what the 4th of July really means. They're not taught we owe our country. What can we do for our country? Not what our country can do for us.
Oh, he's supposed to break into some JFK here.
Oh, man. Now it's, Uncle Sam, can I borrow $20? That's all we get nowadays. People don't know what it means to be free. Please, don't get on a cruise ship and go to another country because you're going to a place that relies on tourists to get money, so they treat you well. Go to a place on a Navy ship and get off in these other countries.
Yeah, they really like it.
And see how they live in these other countries. We have it great.
People just truly do not realize it. It is a wonderful place to be able to wake up, have electricity. That's one of the first.
Running water?
Yeah.
You can go to the store and buy what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am all open for anybody that wants to come to the United States of America and better their life. But when you come over here, you have to come over here the right way. And you adapt to us. So the reason you want to come over here is because of what we got, and we got it because of the way we live.
You know, I would never make it. What are they called? Missionaries that usually go from churches and a representative. I wouldn't be good at that.
Go to another country and live in the jungle and.
Yep. God bless the folks that do that. I love y'all to death, but that's just not for me. Jerome Lee is up this morning. Look at him.
I saw him last night. Didn't get to talk to him enough.
A big, and we're going to go over that also of where the funeral will be. We'll carry. Clark County Hot Topics will carry it, and we're going to, instead of having two camera systems in the church, because it is going to be crowded, we'll just share his feed so everybody can watch the funeral today if you can't be there. We'll give directions if you're wondering how I can get there. But boy, big law enforcement turnout last night in Quitman for the funeral services, wasn't it?
You know, it was a very big, somber moment.
It was.
And, I just stood beside him for a minute and reflected on a couple of things and had to fight the tears back.
I get a lot of smiles when I think back on the funny stories and the things that went on through the years. Good fellow. We'll talk more about that also today. Have you got up to date yet on this guy that they're going to let spend life in prison, this Brian, you pronounce that Coburg? The guy that's
we'll go with.
He's accused of killing the 4 Ohio.
Yeah, now and not just accused, but he has
pleaded
guilty, and he has gone over and explained what all he did, how he did it.
Let me explain how they caught him. I read this morning. I went, do what? This is how they really knew without a doubt. They didn't have his DNA at all. So here's what they've released. FBI agents were able to link him to the killings after collecting DNA samples from the garbage outside his parents' Pennsylvania home where he was living at the time. Investigators determined that the DNA left on a Q-tip belonged to the father of the person who left DNA on the knife sheath found in the crime scene. Did you just put all that together?
There's a lady who really got this going, and they had a TV series about her. And they've got DNA, and they take that DNA and give to her. And she doesn't look at who it is now. She breaks that DNA down to who the great-grandparents were. And then track that down to the grandparents and find out, okay, it could be these people or it could be these people. But the law breaking, the deaths and all occurred over here, so we're going to focus on them. So she pulls over here on this family, and she breaks it down and does a little bit of investigation and says, you know what, this guy right here, he's in that area and he's doing this and he's doing that. And there's a very good match that's his DNA. So let's go and look for him. So they go and stand by. Now remember, when you throw trash out,
it's got DNA on
the
it.
curb, that is free game. Anybody can get it. You've discarded it. And then they take that and search it. I've seen them on on one of those shows where there was a guy who burnt everything. He never threw anything away. And they followed him.
Where he burned the stuff?
And and he was smoking cigarettes. And they come to a stoplight, and he threw the cigarette out. And they had everything recorded. And they got out, got the cigarette, collected it, went back, DNA matched, boom, he's done.
Moral of the story is, if you're up to no good, don't burn one. That's what we're getting at. It could get you in all kinds of trouble there.
Don't ever throw nothing away. Because they've got...
and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a scientist. I don't understand all of that, how you can break something down, but it is awesome. The real deal.
It is awesome.
Science is amazing.
It is.
Scotty Ray and Odie, it is Thursday, as we move into July 3rd.
Yeah, don't bring us back to Monday.
That's a long week.
Yeah.
Have y'all got any fourth plans? Y'all going to the beach or anything good?
Yeah, we're gonna go to the beach. We took the RV down last weekend.
So you're ready.
My stepson took it Tuesday. We couldn't move in till Tuesday. So my stepson took it down there and put it in its little home for the month. So we're going to go down there and spend a little time at the little trailer hood.
I'm going to stay here and just see what happens around town.
You need to come down and hang out with us. We've got a swimming pool. It's got a shallow end.
Yeah, it had to be real shallow. We'll be right back.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning to save the day. We can keep you comfortable with special savings for your home, like up to $3,000 off new HVAC systems or a tune-up for just $69. Keep the power on with a generator. Get $200 off installs and 0% financing for 60 months. We do it all at Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning and offer financing options for any repair or installation. Call for a free quote or visit us online at HeblonHeatingandCooling.com.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Odie is joining us now. He made it in for the 7 o'clock show. We're tickled.
On time.
Yes, sir. You didn't oversleep today.
No, I was here by 6:15.
You all over it. Have you been hearing these stories? And what a great deal this was that the dad saved the little girl that fell off the cruise ship.
Well,
But they're saying, wait a minute, that was all rumors. The rumor was, and we thought it was true too, that the dad set the little girl up to take a picture. That's not what happened. They've got video backing up to where she climbed up there herself, and he turned around, saw her fall, and he immediately jumped in to save her. They floated for 20 minutes. It'd be over for me, Odie. There's no way I could dog paddle for that long. And they're not telling what happened to him, but he is injured. 4-story jump into the water couldn't have felt too good.
You know, that water's like concrete.
Ooh, I bet.
For both of them, for that little girl to not survive the fall, but survive the impact, and then for him to survive that impact as well, is a miracle.
Yeah, we're proud for him.
And that was, man.
But you got to remember that thing's huge, and they got to stop it, turn it around, and it's probably an act of Congress to do that, isn't it?
Oh, it is. And then you've got to have people launching a boat at the same time.
Yeah, getting it ready to hit the water. So
yeah.
There you go. All right, let's talk about this. We mentioned about Barry. I want to go over this. Of course, this is Chief Deputy Barry White. He's been retired for less than a month, and he's passed away. He succumbed to his cancer, is what happened to Barry, if you're not aware of this. Great friend to us. Law enforcement will be there by the tons today as we get this. Here's the visitation details right here. Last night they had his body, and he will be today at Rolling Creek Baptist Church. Visitation beginning at 10 till 11, and then the funeral begins at 11 o'clock with burial to follow in the church cemetery there. It's going to be a lot of people there. And let me show you where the church is so everybody kind of understands this. This is Highway 45 out of Meridian. Let's go up here. Here's Meridian. You follow 45 south out of Meridian through Wolf Springs, and you'll go past Highway 514. Mathis Peaches is right along in here, right there, and then the next turn is 514. And look for County Road 345 and take a right on it, and it will lead you to the church. Now, I've never been to the church. Odie, I'm being told by several people that it is a
small church.
Small church. I was seeing if it had a picture here. Here we go.
It's a narrow road. So if you're going to be in that area, be very mindful of a narrow road with a lot of vehicles on it. There's also an intersection just right up from that. But there's going to be a lot of vehicles in that area this morning. A lot of people on the road this morning. Barry was a great guy. A lot of people respected Barry. Lots of friends, lots of stories out there. I've enjoyed reading the stories. But
we
definitely
saw
a lot of people going to be there.
All branches last night. Clark County Sheriff's Department's been there since day one. Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department was there. We saw Meridian
Police Department. Chief Sanders was there.
And a big thank you today to the Meridian Fire Department. They're going to be flying the flag for the funeral procession to cross under. We can't thank them enough for doing that. That's very kind.
That's how much of an impact Barry White had on his area. Not just being a Clark County Chief Deputy Sheriff, but he reached out. It didn't matter if Lauderdale County needed something. I'd call him, or Greg called him, say, hey, we need some help. And he was there, vice versa. You know, and then for a while, we were meeting with them once a week.
Yeah.
And having a bi-county emergency summit lunch. And
always learned a lot.
It was always something interesting.
I got naked man in jail.
Sure.
I can still hear Barry telling me about that.
Oh man, even Sheriff Todd Kemp would come hang out.
Yes,
with
he
us,
would.
On our summits when he was the keynote speaker, we really learned a lot.
we've learned a lot about everybody.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that I wish I could tell of the behind the scenes things of boo-boos that went on that were just hilarious that you can't tell to protect the innocent, so to speak.
That's right.
Of the Barry stories. Sometimes the explanations that he had to go to people's house and knock on the door and go, "We gotta have a talk. This is what your kid done."
Let's sit down and talk about this.
Funny stuff. A great man. He will be visiting. We have talked. I know a lot of you think, well, why are y'all talking about him so much? Because he was a good man.
Because we love him.
And we are going to miss him. Of course, we talked about Harold for years now. And Harold will be taken care of by his Barry's sister. I think she's going to continue that. And they got some cows in the pasture now for him not to be bored.
So he's not lonely.
Yep.
Barry would tell us he had cows back there, and Barry sold his cows. And he said Harold looked at him like, where are they going? And why are they leaving? And Harold got mad at Barry because Harold was by himself. And he didn't
he was
like
real
that.
mad. He was real mad.
He didn't let Barry live that down for a while. He was upset with Barry.
They were telling, and not to put us all in a depressing mode, but they were telling me last night of how his dog stayed with him when he passed away. His dog stayed with him on the bed, and as he was put in the hearse at the home to be taken to the funeral home, where Harold come up to the fence and was. He honking, however you want to word that, as the hearse bring a tear to a glass eye. I'm telling y'all. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
American Portable Buildings not only has buildings, but they also have trailers. They're budget friendly, zero down, no credit check. Come take advantage of these savings today. Take a look at all they have to offer. If it's a trailer you need, they have them from 12 foot to 16 foot to 18 foot, even car haulers. If you're tired of having to borrow a trailer every time you need one, see them today. Call 601-693-6200 or drop by for a visit at 4838 Old Homestead Road in Meridian. Grass cutting season is here, and if you need a new lawnmower, drop in and visit our friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have size yard you have. Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Visit our friends at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun & Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun & Pawn. Me and Odie were laughing of... And again, this was a very close friend of ours, as he will be buried today. One of the humorous things that, as you attend the funeral, that you will not know is the socks that Barry is wearing. Security up at Anderson's Hospital, which is also...
don't say Don Nestor's name. Don't
say Don's name.
Yeah.
He works in security up there. A guy named Don... who may have been seen rolling down a hill with a criminal not long ago. A few years back, they made Barry a special pair of socks. One has Harold's picture on one sock, and it's got Don's picture on the other sock. And Saturday, before he went to where he couldn't communicate, he went over his funeral, what he wanted, and he wanted to be buried in the Harold socks with Don's picture on the socks. He wanted to have that on. That was one last little get you at Don there. So if you see Don today,
and now he's got on each foot.
Got two other names for donkeys.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way. So Don, you went down in history today.
Oh, yeah, you will forever be remembered.
And one of the funny stories that we have to tell on that if you don't know this, for about 6 months now, Barry's been paralyzed from the waist down. It happened overnight. And Don has gone. Let me tell you of friends and family that help out. Don has been doing that, but he got a new van. Greg went and got him a new van a couple weeks ago that's wheelchair accessible.
Yep.
Don drove him, and apparently Don was given one task by family members, and he didn't do it right, and he didn't buckle him down right, and he took off and he overturned Barry, and Barry was hanging, and it was his response. It was hilarious, y'all. And the way they both told the story of him laying in the floor trying to climb up in the back of the van was a funny that we'll never forget. So.
You know, that's the amount of work that Teresa and Don
and Lisa as well. I mean, it's
and Lisa that put in.
Just friends.
Along with Sue and Lee was there every step of the way.
Woo! You find out when your friends are when you're down. Let me say that. A new law coming out in Tennessee. Have you seen this?
Saw something about it. Yeah.
It is illegal now if you rent to an immigrant that's not legal in the U.S. of A. You can be charged now. There's probably a lot of that been going on, but they're making that a law in Tennessee. Will other states follow?
I think so.
We'll see. We don't know yet, but that's interesting. Other things happening this morning. Let me see here what went on. Boy, they got busy up in Philadelphia, eh?
Oh, that took a whole page, didn't it?
Eric got real busy there. They had to have several patrol cars to handle this. 11 people arrested, and they're still looking for 6. Look at this list here.
Well, they didn't have no alligators to chase. No.
They went with handcuffs.
Man.
And as we look at this is a roundup that started there. There's the list of names of everybody that was taken into custody for narcotics there. So that happened yesterday in Philadelphia as they released the information dealing with it. Speaking of first day on the job, he went out bright and early yesterday morning, got him a new shiny pair of handcuffs, and our new police chief, there he is right here, was out and about. They made an arrest there. They pulled someone over for a tag, and lo and behold, as they searched the car, as you couldn't help but see it, was some Mary Jane laying on the seat.
Oh, right there.
Wasn't supposed to have
all.
it. So that's what happened yesterday if you were crossing. It was near Calvary Baptist Church yesterday morning early. I think we were actually on the air when that happened.
Oh, yeah, that's at the original AutoZone.
Yeah,
right
AutoZone there on top of the...
Auto Shack. You remember when it was Auto Shack?
It was.
And Radio Shack sued them, and they had to change the name to AutoZone.
Yeah, that's when Jimmy used to work there, a guy I went to high school with. He was one of those characters that was... We remember me at 16 and he looked 45. Jimmy was...
The road hard put up wet? Is that what you said?
He had a mustache. I mean, at 16 he had a full grown... He looked like a full grown man at 16. I'll never forget that. Back in the day there, we had somebody else that Shad White had to go pay a visit to, Odie.
You know, I saw this, and how big is Sardis?
It ain't real big.
Well, that's the last 2 arrests, both of them came from there.
I know. They've been investigating Sardis. So if you live in Sardis and doing something wrong, Shad's probably coming back. As we look,
Moving's not going to help.
No,
He'll find you.
He's arrested Lisa Goodson, the former town of Sardis Water Department clerk. She's pled guilty to 1 count of embezzlement of public funds. They are looking ordered to pay back $1,100 and then $1,531 total for restitution, as they charged her with all of that there. Shame, shame. Now everybody in the state has got your picture.
What is it? Shame, shame. They now know your name.
That's it.
Yeah.
See.
That's tough.
It is. It's. But Shad's always on the job.
You can tell where this one was at.
Yes, sir.
He was getting his hair cut. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's just a picture cake.
You too can have yours made. They'll be doing them all weekend during July 4th as deputies are on increased height of security checks. As we look at this, yesterday afternoon around 1 o'clock, the Sheriff's Department assisted agents from, get this is almost like that NCIS. Yeah, it's NCIS, who are assigned to the Florida Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Well, that is a big one.
Yeah.
Jacob Aaron Hutchison was taken into custody. He will be charged in Bay County, Florida, for harmful material to a minor, use of a child in sexual performance, child via electronic device for sexual act. He's been currently held in the Lauderdale County Detention Center and will be extradited back to Bay County, Florida. Now, Odie, tell me if I'm wrong, if this doesn't add up. If NCIS is involved, that has something to do with the base?
That has something to do with Navy.
So he's either here or
a
member some way or another.
Doesn't have to happen on the base.
Correct.
If he was a sailor, then they'd get involved, and he's got a beard, so a little too much hair. So I'd hate to say that he's part of the military.
Yeah, well, he could be out already. We're not real sure of that, but it was investigated by their special branch there. I read a story. Have you read much about that? We brought them up many, many times of different discussions. The Chrisley Knows Best bunch. The wife, I read a story about her where, and I get it, I do. If you or I were to go to prison, it would not be good. It just would not. I would not adjust well.
No.
But she was talking about, and more so on the woman's side, she assumed, because Todd didn't have any stories like that. He's probably not telling his.
No, he knows when his stories was. Y'all do too.
But she got locked into the cafeteria on purpose by an employee. And she said she just went into just how brutally mean people were just to do it to her while she was in jail. Jail is not a rodeo by any means. And I said, me and Odie do not want to go there. We don't even want to go right now and investigate all these allegations that are going on out at Lost Gap. We just want to pass by. I don't want them mistaking us for anybody on the inside.
Yeah.
But I would not adjust well to the inside. And there's a lot of people who would not when it comes to things of that nature.
That was, and I don't know, I haven't studied it as much as I probably should, but there was, there was, some reports coming from them mainly that everything that has been showed was actually false, that they really didn't
do that, and they were framed.
Money, and they were framed, and that's why they were able to get out of jail. The reason that Trump signed it was because they laid the proof out, and it was all
targeted.
False. So why,
who's going to get arrested if this is true?
That's right.
Somebody should be investigated if this is true.
And did they? I may not agree with everything they do, but the man has a TV show.
Oh, he's pretty good.
Allowed him to afford his lifestyle and live in big homes.
We're proud for him.
Hey, more power to you.
Yeah.
I didn't do it, so I don't deserve any of your money. So why does somebody get so mad at somebody who went out and hustled their way to the top that you do something like this?
And another good story of somebody who had nothing and is worth, I don't know if he's a billionaire, but he's worth a whole lot. Of somebody that, had absolutely nothing, was basically a child on the street. Tyler Perry. And he's got... I'm proud of that man. If he wants to fly around in a jet and have a Rolls Royce to go drop his garbage off, more
doesn't
power.
Bother me. You went out and you said, you know what? I'm poor. I don't even have a box to live in. Nothing. I have.
And
no
that man
residence.
done it.
I'm going to go figure something out, and he did. And now look, he's got probably one of the biggest houses in America.
His studio, I think, is bigger than most that's in Atlanta.
Hollywood.
Yeah. Everybody loves some Medea. That's some fun stuff.
Hit you with a hot pot of grits.
More on the way as we work through this early July 3rd. Here with Scotty Ray and Odie. We'll be right back.
Halito, this is Choctaw Princess Leilani Allen. Join us for our Diamond Year celebration, the 75th Choctaw Indian Fair, July 8th through 12th.
Enjoy performances from top artists Tasha Cobbs-Leonard, Tatanka Means, Indigenous, Chapel Hart, Chris Young, and Flo Rida. Experience Choctaw art, food, dancing, and carnival rides. Ignite your competitive spirit with Res Run, Iron Warrior, volleyball, and the Cornhole Tournament. Visit ChoctawIndianFair.com and like us on Facebook.
Hope to see you there. Have to be selected.
Hi, this is Nick at Doc's Toyota, and we are excited to put you in a new Toyota today. We have no dealer markup, no hidden fees, no hassle, and our inventory is always priced to move. Our top-notch sales department and first-class service after the sale guarantees you a fast and comfortable buying experience like you've never had. So come see why month after month, more and more customers have chose to buy from Doc's Toyota. So come see us here at Doc's Toyota in Philadelphia, at docstoyota.com or on Facebook, and remember, there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Spring is here. It's time to get your lawn looking its best with Kubota mowers. Parish Tractor's Kubota Z232 KW42 is the perfect mower for a pristine lawn. And now, you can own one with payments as low as $95 a month. Visit Parish Tractor today and take advantage of this amazing offer. 2.99% APR financing now through 6/30/25. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information.
More than a tractor store.
There were several comments there about self-made billionaires that made it. Of course, Tyler Perry doing that. They said it was a base that he bought in Atlanta and turned into a studio.
That's right, it sure was.
Steve Harvey's name was brought up. And if you've ever heard him tell the story of having the $5 in his wallet and flying for that audition, that's all he had left was $5 and he made it. And you know, another one that pops, that had nothing, that just sticks out. And he couldn't help but go buy a dozen Cadillacs as soon as he made it, because back then, that was Elvis. That family was poor. I will never, ever look down upon somebody who has done well and worked hard for what they get. I'm proud for them.
Hey, if they make a side hustle and it was something cheesy and it got them rich,
more power to them.
The only thing I can do is look in the mirror and say, dummy, why didn't you do that? Just think of the fella who invented the drinking straw.
Well, I can remember.
He never got to work again.
I remember when they come out with bottled water, and I thought, who would buy that? So it comes out of the faucet. Why would you do that?
So I'm sitting, this is in about 1988. I'm sitting at the steps of the library at MCC.
Yeah, what happened?
Me and Jamie Peavy. And Jamie said, got an idea. I'm like, really? I said, yep. I said, all right, what you going to do? I'm going to make water. I said, do what? And he said, I'm going to make water, and then I'm going to add some vitamins in it. I'm going to add some flavoring in it. But we're going to get hydrogen, we're going to get oxygen, we're going to make pure, clean water, nothing in it. Then we're going to stick all this in there, and we're going to have good, fresh water. We're going to bottle it, and we're going to sell it. And it was like, well, you know what? You might have some. And he went out, and doctors talking to them, and everybody said, nobody's going to ever buy water.
That's what I thought it too. I was against you, Jamie.
And buy bottled water. And yeah, I mean, I see you're going to have vitamins in it, and you're going to have flavored, but nobody's going to ever go into a store and buy a bottled water. And Jamie had the idea to imagine.
Yeah, but somebody else went ahead with it.
Now we go buy 12 packs of water.
24 packs.
24 packs. If you hit Walmart just right, there's a 36 pack.
It was a great idea. Let's go back. Have you ever noticed the guy that they used to have on the History Channel that would do the voice work for those?
Yeah.
He had such. I don't know who it was that done it, but boy, it sounded good. But you can almost hear him as he talks about General George Washington taking control of the troops in 1775. He took command of a rinky-dink little army that would one day win on a battlefield. Some 7 years later, it was a mess that it would end. What a man. He was a legend. He was. I have a lot of strength in him. Also on this date, the Gettysburg, as we go back to that, it ended the Battle of Gettysburg, one of the bloodiest there was. You could put all of our wars together of what come out of that. The war between the North and South, and it adds up to more than those. It was
You
deadly.
ever made it there?
To Gettysburg? No, I have not.
Man.
It's hallowed ground, as they say.
And you get eeriness.
It's supposed to be one of the most
going
haunted
there.
places that there is.
I can see that, but the museum and everything that's there, it's not too far from the National Fire Academy, and I've been there a few times, and I've made the stop there each time, and it's really something to see.
This guy, the humor this man had, he was just so dry and funny. If you go back to the 70s show, do y'all remember him? Red, born in 1943. That guy was good.
Yeah.
I liked him a whole lot. That was a funny show back in the day. It was a part of that bunch there from the movie The Urban Cowboy is what made this man famous. As you go back to remember Johnny Lee, born in 1946. Him and Mickey would hang out.
Loving all the wrong
That's
place.
it. Mississippi song, as a matter of fact.
boy.
Great song. Yellow Rose of Texas. And the list goes, Hey Bartender, Hey Bartender.
You know, I don't know, why didn't Barry request us to sing?
I asked him, and he didn't want us to. He said we were really bad.
I mean,
We'd have done it for him. And you know, speaking of that, I don't know who's singing today. I didn't hear that part. So we'll see. Somebody's going to be doing it at the funeral home. 1949. Y'all remember her? Jan Smithers? WKRP in Cincinnati. She was the assistant?
Yeah.
Johnny Fever. We go, this guy you don't hear about anymore.
No, now he was a Navy SEAL.
Really?
Yeah.
All those Navy SEALs wear earrings?
That one does.
Okay. I just asking for a friend.
You know, I told you where earrings and jewelry and all that, rings and where all that came from. That was actually a man's thing. Yeah, Boo got a bunch. That was actually a man's thing before it was a woman's thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. As you will see,
It was started by pirates. Because the more bling bling you had on you,
the richer you are,
the more you had. So if you ever fell overboard from a ship and died, that was whoever went and retrieved the body and brought it back got your jewelry. So that was why a lot of pirates wore a lot of jewelry, because that was payment for bringing the body back home.
Show your bling bling there. Let's go ahead and put that up there.
Bling bling.
It's big. I don't even wear a watch anymore.
Oh, man.
This guy, I respect this guy over and over. He's a born-again Christian. He does a lot for country music, and he has sold more albums than you can shake a stick at. Aaron Tippin, born on this day back in 1958. You got to stand for something, you'll fall for anything. That's the way it was. Let's see what else. Oh, this guy who still does all of his, what is he, 90 now? Oh, 62. But he's getting on up there, y'all.
No, he's not 62.
No, he's born in 62.
Well, you know what? He is 62.
Is he?
He's actually 63, wouldn't that be?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Tom Cruise, who looks just like he did in the original film in the 80s.
I didn't know he was that much older.
Nothing like plastic surgery.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's still doing stunts for all those Mission Impossible things.
Yeah, he does his own.
It's been a long time since risky business in the underwear scene.
You got that right.
Boy. Nightmares over that one. But again, not my kind of music, but I do realize that he was a superstar among some. Jim Morrison passed away back in, what year was this? 71.
71.
And as 27 years old, heroin got him. That stuff's pretty bad. Just letting you know if you didn't know. Who else? She scared me. Kimmy.
Yeah, she was.
You remember Kimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Full House, if you remember her. She is having a birthday today, born back in 76. Who else? Oh, Willie, with his first movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't really good, but it did come out. Honeysuckle Rose premiered today at theaters there. Willie Nelson and Family. He made several cameos through the years as we would do that. This was one of my all-time favorite Westerns, bar none, because they always had the cool gadgets, and they had their own train. Who remembers the Wild West? Ross Martin, born today.
That every now and then.
Robert Conrad played that part extremely well.
The technology they had then.
Always had that where he could click his boot and the would come out and he'd cut himself out from being tied up.
That's right. That's right.
I'd hurt myself if I had that.
I've been stabbed myself.
1982. It was Ronnie Millsap's year. He had a string of hits during the 80s.
Yeah.
Any Day Now. That was the number one hit back in 1982, if y'all can remember that far back. I guess the 80s really are becoming a
That's bad. That was the oldies.
Yeah, it is the oldies now. My, oh my. Back to the Future hit theaters today. Anybody remember going to this back in 85? That brand new Toyota pickup truck sitting there in the driveway?
Sure was. Woo,
that was a pretty truck.
Something.
Roll bar, whole 9 yards.
Yeah, had the big light, the two big lights on the top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
KC lights.
KC lights, that's what it was.
Mine had that, and you could hit that button and boy, light up the world. Back in, this was kind of cute. 85.
That was.
Adventures in Baby City.
Yep, that was.
They got introduced to the criminals who strip cars.
You know, that was the girl that was in Karate Kid, wasn't it?
Is it? Really?
So.
Let's pull her picture back up. She's a pretty girl.
Oh, but yeah, I think that was the one that he fell in love with there on the beach.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Seeing as I've never watched it, I missed that one. You got me on that one. And I
got
really
to see Miss Pam yesterday. She was at the fireworks stand picking up. She was getting a Scotty Ray T-shirt.
Oh, Miss Pam, how are you doing?
She says she watches us every day.
Well, we appreciate that so much.
Yes, we do.
Do you remember that line where he watched her hands of leather turn into, let's see, the thunder? I watched her hands of leather turn into.
All right, I don't remember that line.
In a dress,
in
a dress I'm sure she hadn't worn quite a while.
Okay.
Let's go back to 93 for that summer. He was just a boy at 17. He has to think of it every time he sees a wheat field now. That was a good song, though. It really was.
That was a good song.
That summer.
Yeah.
Rednecks, White Socks, and Blue Ribbon Beer. Anybody remember that? Johnny Russell, he was the man who done that. He wrote so many other songs, but he passed away back in 01 today. He wrote Act Naturally also. You'll remember that one. And all I got to do is act naturally.
Act natural.
Independence Day.
Oh, man.
This was huge. 96 has come out with Will Smith. It's one of those good shows there. And let's see what else happened. Oh, Montgomery Gentry. You remember this song by them?
Yeah.
04. And now he's no longer with us. T-Roy passed away. And the all-time greatest. We'll close with this one happening today in history. 2012, so that's been
13 years ago.
We lost the great Andy Griffith today back in 2012. Andy passed away.
Man, that's hard to believe it's been that long.
Just one of the greatest actors there ever was. Most everything that Andy ever played was a good role, a moral.
Yes. Yes.
From attorneys and to telling you all about football. And what it was football. Just going down there to get me an orange drink. And I said, I'll be right back. That is a great story if you don't know what I'm talking about. He got his start as a comedian. What was it, No Time for Sergeants, his first movie there?
Oh, I believe you're right, yeah.
That was good, too.
Yeah.
But Andy was just an uplifting person who grew up in a small town in North Carolina and made a TV show around it, and it turned out well. We'll be right back.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Hi folks, Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Welcome back. They'll certainly take care of you there. Any glass needs there.
Ooh, yeah, quick too.
Already 7:45 this morning as we're getting well underway. We had a boo-boo on Poplar Springs Drive yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Let's go here and take a look here. This is a pretty serious little wreck here as we look. Look at that.
Ooh.
Blocked there at 26th Street for quite some time there as they had to do cleanup on this wreck. 3 cars involved in that.
Right to a little brick retaining wall.
I mean, look at that. Let me zoom in on that just a little bit more. That Nissan all up in that. Meridian Police Department was there, Meridian Fire Department, they all got that cleared up eventually where you could travel back down it. We got a ditch cleaned out yesterday also on 65th Avenue. This would be right in that area there. Look at that. Whoops, off in the ditch she went. That hurts without a doubt there. So we had 2. Those were the biggest accidents that we had yesterday. We had some minor fender benders throughout the area, but those were the 2 biggest ones that we came across in our travels there. Now, each year, I remember last year as the Neshoba County Fair was getting ready, Eric Clark called me and he goes, I'm going to have you a criminal here in a day or 2.
Oh, he's going to be more and more.
And sure enough, they had someone that was breaking into cars last year and they caught him pretty quickly. They're back on patrol here, heightened security, as they're calling this initiative Make Coldwater Community Safer. This is the Coldwater community there where the Neshoba County Fair is as we get ready for that. It's going to be a lot of police involved in this down there as always.
Yeah, a lot of police inside and outside. If you're going to go there for some not so good activities, I would suggest you find somewhere else.
And we all know that once the fair begins, it's going to rain. It just pick out your best shoes, make sure they're white, and wear those.
Because that's the day it's going to rain with that red mud. And it's going to be hot.
Woo. But one of the most beloved fairs there are. Next year, they're going to be changing the dates on this, moving it back to June. Yeah. And it's because of school, am I right?
Yep, school's going to start a little earlier, and so they want to make sure that everybody can be there with the kids. A lot of people have been going there. They on a cabin or they've been taking RV there every year. That their kids have gone every year. And then now they've got family and they're bringing their kids. And this is a huge family tradition for a lot of people.
Now, I want to say this as Eric Clark put this out. He said, I ain't turning a blind eye to nothing. As a matter of fact, as we go, and let me show you the highlighted area, what he's talking about. They have patrolled the property and issued 4 additional minor in possession of alcohol citations. Each one of those were $411 each. And then possession of vapes or tobacco, $211 for those fines is what that's going to cost you if you're caught there. So they're enforcing the law. There was a time that that wasn't quite handled that way at the Neshoba County Fair. There are no blind eyes. They will be enforcing all of this. So be ready for Eric and his deputies. And a great security team up there each year. We've worked with them forever. Last night, they had Family Patriot Night at Northcrest Baptist. I don't know if you had a chance to go, but, boy, they really put on the what do they call it, the dog? Is that how you say it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, had a good time there. So many people showed up, cornhole tournaments. It was kind of like a family fun night, so to speak, there. A lot of kids, jumpy things, and are you any good at that?
I'm all right.
It's a lot of, it depends upon who you play with as to what the rules are when it comes to cornhole.
Yeah, I've got a couple of boards.
I got one too. Can you make it, how many times do you hit hole in one? Not so well. Huh?
If I ever get on a run, I can do it. But no, I'm not quite that good yet.
There's some people that they must just practice all the time that can lob that thing.
I mean, right here, Trey from Meridian Fire Department. He is a professional cornhole player.
I didn't realize that.
Yes, he has won national champion, but you'll see him on ESPN.
Wow.
Playing cornhole.
Have they added that yet to the
state games?
Well, no, I was going a higher level there of Olympics. Is that? I mean, I know.
I don't think so.
I know hubcap chucking made it in Atlanta back in the early '90s, and I think it stayed with them, didn't it?
Like mullet toss.
Yeah, mullet toss there.
I still like curling. I think we ought to have a Mississippi curling team.
And you have to explain to me what that is.
Well, you've got ice, and you've got this flat rock with a handle, and there's 3 of y'all on a team, and one guy, you go up and you slide your little rock, and then your 2 teammates have got little brushes that they heat the ice right in front of them, make it slick to glide your little ball, and you try and hit bullseye with it.
I've never played this game.
I've never played it because it's not cold enough.
But we get birthdays left and right. Make sure to get them because we're going to do them here in a little while. 95-year-old coming in.
Yeah.
Look at that. We'll have those in a few moments. And again, if you haven't gotten them to us yet, please do. Now let's go over a few of the celebrations that are going to be done tonight. As we pull up here, we're going to show that Pearl River is doing theirs at the casino tonight. It will begin at 9 p.m. if you're going to be out and about in that area. Let's see. We've also got another one, Odie, that's going to be,
We've got at Archusa.
Right here.
There it is.
Archusa having their Independence Day celebration tonight. That's going to be getting underway. I hope you can make it out for that. $10 a car to get in, and I think you can have as many people in the car as you would like.
Yeah, take a big van.
Yeah, and now y'all have to figure out who gets the one chair after you get in there.
That's right.
All right, let's see. Also, DeKalb tonight. Kemper Lake having their Independence Day. They will be getting $10 a car also to get into Kemper Lake there. July 3rd. This show begins at 9 p.m. also tonight. Ought to be awesome. A good show there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let's talk about July 4th. This one, let's see. Here we go, Meridian. The big one here, Meridian. It will be held. Gates will open at Bonita Lakes at 3:30. Food vendors begin at 4. And remind me, we got Scott singing a whole lot of entertainment. And then the fireworks show will roll in somewhere around 9-ish.
Yeah, it's going to be a good dark when the sun goes down, where you can really see it. They put on a huge show.
Now, are you going to be out of town for this?
Yes,
because we usually all do this together.
We do, but it fell on the 4th, and now that we got the new grandbaby down there.
Okay.
It's kind of...
You're going to be out of town is what you're telling me. Yeah. Shabuta, Mississippi also celebrating theirs on the 4th. This will take place as the second annual. It will begin at 7 p.m. at the baseball field there. I'm sure that they'll wait till dark 30 before all of the skylight activities begin.
Yeah, everything will be done at dark so you can see everything real good.
Now, if for any reason we missed the one in your hometown, please inbox us or put it in the comments here. Turkey Creek is tonight also. That's going to be there in Decatur. If we missed one, let us know there. So there you go there. Winnie. A warm day for the 4th. A lot of cookouts, but you don't have to worry about anything being rained out whatsoever. It's going to be great there. Colombian original is our favorite. 8 o'clock, Colombian. All right there.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Hope you enjoy.
And now look, we've got people that watch us from all over. So, Newton, if y'all have something, if North Mississippi, y'all have something.
I'm sure Newton, I know Decatur's got that one there at Turkey Creek, but I would assume there will be more. So
let us know.
Yeah. Let's see. The Star Trek guy has passed away. Do you remember this guy from Star Trek? He was Nani.
I didn't.
He played.
I didn't watch that show.
He played this guy.
Oh, well,
I've seen his picture. I just have never been a Star Trek kind of fan.
No, that's something I just couldn't really get into.
Yeah, that's two of us there that it wasn't our cup of tea. They can just keep right on going there. We'll be right back. We got birthdays and a lot of other things on the way. Scotty Ray and Odie. Let's face it, accidents are going to happen. If a deer jumps out in front of your car, go see my friends and professionals at Chet's Paint and Body Shop in Center Hill.
Chet can help you navigate through this confusing world of insurance by providing photo estimates to insurance companies and the right to choose the body shop of your choice. From a minor scratch to a major collision, Chet has you covered. Chet offers quality repairs by trained and certified technicians with a lifetime warranty on all repairs. That's Chet's Paint and Body Shop. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn.
Looking for a deal you can't pass up? Right now, drive off in a quality used car for just $299 down and only $299 a month here at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Meridian. That's right, good and reliable cars packed with features at a price you'll love. $299 down, $299 a month. Look, I'm not kidding. This is a real offer that our customers have taken advantage of for years now. Come see us today, Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Okay, I'm going to let you go after Vicki. Now she's got that jingle stuck in my head. She mentioned Folgers, and all I hear is the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. See, look what you caused.
That's all he's going to drink. And he orders it by the pallet.
A man has got to know his limitations in life. I like a certain type of coffee, and that's just the way it is. You know how it is, to where you get to where you wear it like a certain brand of shirt and you don't like anything else. And we've all been guilty of things like that.
Yeah. I like my Butterfinger.
There you go. They are good now. Don't forget, what they're saying is, and I haven't been to, I just didn't look the last time I filled up the gas guzzler, but they say that gas is down for the 4th of July, one of the cheapest we've had in quite some time. Now, keep in mind that Mississippi has taxed you another 3% on your gasoline prices beginning July 1, so it's higher on that part, but what the average price is, I don't know. I didn't...
Yeah, but you fill up at least once a day anyway.
It's every 2 for sure. It's every other, and sometimes it is once a day.
Depends on the amount of crime that's going on there.
Stick it in there because you can't change it. You got to have it.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, also, with that being said, there's going to be a lot of these little guys that have graduated from the Mississippi Highway Safety Patrol that are going to be on the streets this year, the highways and byways.
That's right.
Increased patrol, and this not only with Mississippi highways, but in the city as well. Whether you live in Quitman, you live in Newton, or in Meridian, it's going to be enhanced security. Louisville, as well, all these areas, Philadelphia. It'll be a lot more law enforcement. Why? They don't want any DUI drivers harming anyone.
And that's the thing. And if you want to go celebrate, more power. Yeah. I think that's awesome. And you want to have an adult beverage and you're an adult, that is your right. But have someone drive you. Call an Uber. What do I think we have? Like one?
Yeah.
So you might want to call and everything. Or have a friend pick you up. But definitely, if you want to indulge in an adult beverage, have someone else drive you home to make sure that everyone makes it home safe.
Ooh, and this is always a fear of realtors. I can remember I used to have a lot of realtors that was friends. A realtor was getting ready for an open house in Jackson, Mississippi. A gun was pulled on her. She was sexually assaulted. She was struck in the head with a gun. Stole her car as he fled the scene. And if you're a realtor, be cautious, be careful. Let someone know who you are. When you walk into a house by yourself, have someone on the phone with you so they can get law enforcement there. Yeah. We need to have a realtor come in and talk about that. I'll see if I can get Amanda to come back and talk with us about that. That's a scary thing there. We got some birthdays down there.
We got some coming in, but that's tomorrow. So Gay, remind us tomorrow.
Yeah.
We will be here.
Yes, we sure will.
We'll bring in your 4th of July right here on this show. So remind us tomorrow on those right there.
Well, if you ever get a job at a detention center, make sure not to have a relationship with an inmate because, they kind of frown on that. We got somebody in Yazoo that will be joining their newly acquainted friend behind bars.
Well, Well, ask that lady over in Lauderdale, Alabama.
Yes, sir.
How that went with her. Well, never mind, you can't ask her.
Oh, that's right. It didn't end well for her, did it? He's back in jail, though.
Yeah,
and she really thought he loved her.
Well, I think it was self-inflicted.
It was. So. She knew how bad it was going to be.
Yeah. Did he love her? No, but he saw the exit door.
Yep.
That would have probably ended up the same way with her once they got to where they were going.
That's correct.
You know, I hate it, but yeah.
Terry, be careful driving to St. Louis there.
Driving back. She decided to come home.
That's right.
Yeah, been up north too long, hadn't you?
Danny is in Divide, Colorado.
Well, that's cooler.
In a lot of ways from here. Let's do a few birthdays there, Odie. Who we got?
We've got a few. We got Laura Carmichael.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Visit Meridian.
She's on there. We've got Billy and Joyce Thornton celebrating 60 years together.
That's a lot of them.
Yeah, Sharon Allen's daughter's got a birthday today. All we know about her, she's a nurse practitioner somewhere in Meridian.
Congratulations.
Laura Sheely's got a birthday. Joe Doris, 95 years young.
Congratulations.
Ooh, is that not something? You have celebrated
many a sunrise
over the years, and I'd like to pick her brain on what was the celebration then when America really meant a lot to everybody versus now. Mario Ray got a birthday, and Cinda Wright has a birthday. So I know there's some that just got birthdays tomorrow, but if y'all put those on again tomorrow, we will celebrate those birthdays with you as well.
Yep, that's coming up on the 4th. As we take a quick look at Doc's Toyota radar, as you'll see some showers coming into the west up here around Cleveland there in the deep Delta area there coming out of Arkansas. Otherwise, just a cloudy day for the rest of us here in Mississippi. And Odie will hit somewhere between 90 to 91 before the afternoon is out. It's going to be warm. Don't take me wrong on that. And a beautiful sunshiny July 4th. And again, enjoy yourself tonight. Remember, don't drink and drive no matter what you do. Call a friend if you've got to, or just stay where you're at, whatever the case is. All right, have you got a Bible verse for us to end the show?
Well, let's see. The Lord has put something for us. John 20, verse 29. Then Jesus told him, because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. You know, we may not have physically opened our eyes and see Jesus sitting right there. But I know every single one of y'all has felt his presence in your life and felt him putting his hand on each and every one of us. I know I have. There's things I've been in, and the only way I've come out of it was the loving hand and protection of Jesus Christ. You believe in him, he will be with you every step of the way. Bring him into your life today and ask him to forgive you of your sins. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a safe day. Remember, we love you.